Hi, this is Mr. Shumway. This is a review of concepts from the first half of the year of Math 1. So here we have a function f of x and a function g of x, and we want to know what the function of g of 3 is. So the g is 5 times x, which is going to be 3 minus 2. That'll be 15 minus 2 is 12. So the function can be evaluated, that function f can be evaluated at 12. So f of 12 can be equal to 3 times 12 plus 7. 36 plus 7, 43. Okay, if x is 3 and the function of x is 6 times that plus 3, what is the function of x plus 1? So x plus 1 would be 4, so f would be 6 of those plus 3. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3 is 27. For the following linear equation, at what value of x does the line cross the x-axis? On the x-axis, y is 0. 7 zeros is still 0. So we can just 7x plus 7 times 0 is 28. So we can just divide that by 7. So x equals 28 divided by 7 is 4. Write the exponential equation from the data in the table. What value belongs in the blank space? That blank space is the base. That can tell us how much each number increases. So we could take our third number, which would be 4,666, divide that by our second one, which is 3,888. Always divide by the number before it. That gives us 1.2. So these numbers are 20% bigger each time. What is a percentage rate change? Y equals 20 times 1.18 raised to the x. Well, that 1.18 comes from 1 plus 0.18. So it's a 0.18 increase times that. So that would be 18%. Write the exponential equation from the data in the table. What value belongs in the blank space? So they tell us that it's decreasing by 20% each time. 1 minus the 0.2. That's how they got the 0.8. So let's take our one of those values for y and plug it into the equation. So let's use 2,944 is equal to some starting value times 0.8 raised to the second power. Those go as a pair. That y goes with that x. All we have to do is solve to get the a all by itself. So we have to divide by 0.8 squared. So a equals 4,600. And you can see that these numbers are getting smaller each time, so you would expect that before it decreased 2 times, it was larger than 2,900. So looking at that graph, we want to fill in the blank for the equation of the line. Well, so we need to find the slope. That's the part that's missing, is the slope before I multiply by the number of days. So let's find some places where it crosses right on a grid. That one is right on 5 days and 5 inches, and this one is right on 0 days and 25 inches. I don't have to estimate because they're right on a grid, so we say, well, the difference between those is 25 minus 5. The difference is 20. So the snow depth has gone down by 20 inches. In how many days? In 5 days. So that is going down by 4 every day. So our rate of change is 4. -4, sorry, because it's decreasing. Okay, so let's do that same thing. They tell us that it's increasing by 4, and we just have to know where it crosses the y-axis. We can read that straight off the graph because we have 0 weeks right there, so we know that that would be a 4. Increasing by 4 each week also, but they were asking for the y-intercept. What value of x would make this equation true? Let's subtract 7 from each side, and we get 6x equals 54 divided by 6. X equals 9. 9 is the value that would solve that equation or make that equation true. I can jump my skateboard 8 inches each week I practice. Each week I practice, I can jump 9 inches farther. If I practice every week, it will take how many weeks until I can jump 35 inches? So my jump is equal to how far I can jump now plus 9 inches for every week. And I want to obtain a jump of 35. So I could solve that equation for W. I can subtract 8. 35 minus 8 is 27. Then I can divide that by 9. The number of weeks equals 3. I'm going to break this video into 2 pieces. So go ahead and watch the next one to finish your notes.